Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Lbtharealist, and this is Surrealistic Studios. Thank you for joining me today. Do me a favor, hit that like button before I start. Hit that comment when I'm done so I can hear from my people on this issue. Hit that subscribe if you haven't subscribed to me before, and also hit that share so more people can get involved and so they can know about this stuff. Because we're living in crazy times now. I mean, I don't believe that these are new occurrences, but it's happening so much that nobody even bats an eye anymore. It's like police shootings or or our so-called political leaders passing a law that the American people want nothing to do with. It's just so, it happens so much that it's just become an everyday thing, like breathing. But bloggers are being arrested, peaceful protesters are getting their heads smashed in. People that are so-called fighting for your rights and freedoms here in America are trying to secretly, on a bipartisan effort, pass laws that would lock you and me up for life, for boycotting, for divesting. So we have the situation of Red Fawn. She's the Oglala Sioux tribe member. She's an AIM member, American Indian Movement, a trained medic, organizer, and leader, and now a political prisoner. She was arrested October 27th of 2016 during the Standing Rock protest for you and me, for everyone's water, for everyone's freedom, and the right to live and thrive and survive. More than 100 people were arrested that day. As far as I know, most of them or all of them were released except for her. Or she's actually the one with facing the most severe charges at this time. And I believe, and a lot of the other people believe as well, that they're trying to send a message. They're trying to make a martyr out of her. So Red Fawn was accused of firing a .38 revolver during her arrest. You guys can see the videos for yourself. I'll try to post it in the description so you guys can check that out. But they were having a protest out there in Standing Rock. There was a big group of police officers, a big group of protesters. Police swarmed and targeted Red Fawn and arrested her, threw her to the ground, arrested her. And during that arrest process, it is alleged that a .38 revolver went off, and they're claiming that to be from her. Now, they're charging her with civil disorder, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and discharge of a firearm in relation to a felony crime of violence. They're trying to throw a bunch of felonies at her for being a political activist. She faces a minimum of 10 years in jail and a possibility of life imprisonment for protesting, for doing the right thing. She has pleaded not guilty, and her trial is actually set for January 29th of 2018, I believe. So she's already spent a year in prison. A year in prison. Now, recently she was just released to a halfway house in Fargo. But can you believe that? She spent a year in prison for nothing. For allegedly firing a .38 while being arrested and thrown to the ground. Like, who the hell in the history of arrest has ever done that? I'm going to get arrested by 4, 5, 6, 7 police officers. I'm going to somehow get a gun from my waist and shoot it while I'm being... Because, yeah, that's the right thing to do. Because, yeah, that's the smart thing to do. That's bullshit. We all know it's bullshit. They're using her to try to set an example for the rest of us so that we don't protest, so we don't have the balls enough to stand up for what's right, for clean water, for clean air, for the right to survive. So the reason why we say she was targeted is because she's always been a member of the American Indian Movement. Her mother was actually Troy Lynn Yellowwood, a co-founder of the Colorado chapter of the American Indian Movement in the 1970s. They faced extrajudicial killings and beatings by paramilitary groups named the Goons, whose leaders included BIA Tribal Police Force. So this is just another example of how they use people against people. How the big corporations with all the money and all the power use the people that are supposed to protect us, the people that are supposed to serve us, the people that we elect. They use those people against the regular citizens and pit the regular citizens up against these citizens. All whilst they get along, they get away with the money and push their bullshit policies through that do nothing for the regular citizen. So, justice for Red Fawn. Free Red Fawn, Felice. This is bullshit. She spent over a year in prison. Or she's been in prison, I should say, over a year, including this halfway house bullshit. You know, they're trying to give her life in prison for something that they can't prove she did. This is all alleged. No one is actually... No one can prove that she shot that gun. Oh, and by the way, I almost forgot. The gun, the .38 revolver that they're saying that she shot during that arrest, mind you, she's about my size. I'm a small man. She's about my size, 100 and some pounds soaking wet. Wears glasses. They took her glasses from her when they arrested her. But let me get back to the point. The same gun, the .38, actually belonged to a man named Heath Harmon from Fort Berthold Reservation in western North Dakota. Heath Harmon was is an FBI informant that infiltrated the DAPL resistance movement and even was romantically involved with Red Fawn several weeks prior to the shooting. Several weeks prior to the shooting. So I believe that something very foul is going on with that. They're trying to use her and pit her and, you know, they're trying to make her out to be a martyr. They're trying to set the example. And we all need to stand behind people like Red Fawn. Because if we don't take a stand now, if we continue to let them pick us out and single us out from the crowd, and there's only a few of them, but there's massive amount of us, but we're not doing anything about it. We're just letting it happen. Then they're going to continue to do that. For instance, in work situations, or let me just speak to being a security guard. And being a security guard in different security companies, the management will treat every single security guard differently, and they'll do to you what you allow them to do. They'll only treat you as you allow them to. So if you're a pushover security guard, they'll treat you as a pushover security guard. You'll get all the fucked up shifts. They'll always have you on call, calling you in. They'll give you massive amount of attitude. And they'll just fuck you over every chance they get because they know they can do it to you. But if you're a guard that stands up for yourself, you're saying, no, I won't do this kind of post. I won't do a post where I'm required to discriminate against somebody of my own race. I'm not gonna stand up for 10 plus hours with no bathroom available for me, or eat my lunch outside like some kind of fucking animal. I won't do that. And if you have guards that do that, then fine. More power to you, I guess. But I will not take part of that. If you let them know that, they will respect you and they won't put you in those type situations. So we really need to take a stand on this. We really need to show our commitment to the cause and our commitment to each other as regular people. Because Red Fawn, she's a hero. And she deserves our support. So justice for Red Fawn, free Red Fawn, drop all these bullshit charges, and do what's right. Do what's right. So I'm gonna leave the description. I'm gonna leave the information in the description so you guys can check it out for yourself. There's a website from indie.com for Red Fawn that has more information, as well as a path for you to donate to directly to her legal team. And I'm going to leave the article from, I believe it's The Guardian, that has a bunch of information, the most recent information that I could find, at least, about the whole situation with Red Fawn and the background involvement behind the BIA, Tribal Police Force, the American Indian Movement, and this whole situation. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Again, like this video, share this video, and subscribe to me if you haven't before. Remember to love from your bottom of your hearts. Peace. And so, my peoples. Nah, but for real though, love, light, and light and love. Until next time.